real business owners.
Guys, welcome to episode 5 of Real Business Owners. It's Trevor Cowley here with my partner, as always, Kale Goodman. Today, we're bringing a special guest to you guys, Alex Hernandez. Alex, say what up.
What up, guys? Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about this.
Dude, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, we're stoked. So, guys, the reason why we chose Alex to, be on this episode, I want this episode to be discussing struggles and processes and sacrifices, on the path to success. And Alex is a huge example of, doing whatever needs to be done in order to get where he's trying to go. He's made a lot of sacrifices. He's trusting the process. And, we're gonna jump right into, what he does. So tell him a little bit about what you do and what your business is.
Yeah, what's up, guys? So I'm a mortgage lender. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Not super sexy. Everyone's trying to buy a house. Everyone knows who a real estate agent is. I'm on the other side. So a real estate agent helps you find the house. I help you find the money.
Some of the issues there that you faced, I was probably trying to break into when you're brand new in the mortgage industry, trying to make a name for yourself. Because let's be real, in that industry, it's pretty cliquey, right? Like 100%. A lot of real estate agents have their go-to mortgage guy, right? So what have you done to kind of, break into the industry and create a name for yourself that's maybe different than what some of the other, let's say, mortgage guys have done, right?
Yeah, guys, I flipped the industry on its head, and I'll tell you what I did. But even to kind of preface that, when I came into being a mortgage lender, I had no connections, nothing. So.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted you on here.
100%.
Right? Is because people need to understand they don't have to.
They don't. And I'll tell you how I got around it. But again, just so for the record, my daddy's not a builder. My daddy's not a big real estate agent. No one put me on. I had to put myself on. And a lot of us and sometimes some of us are lucky and we're kind of put in a position where we're given an opportunity and it's your job at that point to maximize that opportunity. But it's also our job if we don't have the opportunity to go create the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And so what I did was I just brought so much damn value to my real estate partners that they literally couldn't say no to send me business. So I made it where I brought so much to them.
So you were giving.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden,
and now they're
starting to see the windfall a little bit,
100%, dude. 100%.
How hard was it to find some agents and people to take you serious? Because I remember, like, you're a young kid, I know you had to overcome that and find people to finally take you serious. So how did you do that? How did you get them to start taking you serious to even bring that value to them?
By just showing up every day, being consistent. I'm in an old industry. Guys, I think the average age of a mortgage lender in the U.S. is like 45 to 50.
Right.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah.
So I'm half the age.
How long have you been doing it?
A year and 6 months.
Okay.
A year and 6 months. Where I would, with no connections, no prior experience other than I used to work at a credit union. And at the credit union, I did home equity loans.
Right.
And so now it's even completely different than what I do now, but that was kind of my taste in the industry. And so leading to what you are asking, showing up, man, and doing it for myself first, creating the content that I wanted to create, and showing that by being consistent and over time, that they saw, they're like, dude, this guy means serious business, dude. Like he's not just a flash in the pan. Yeah, right. He's not a flash in the pan.
At first, people might laugh a little bit and be like, oh, who's this guy thinking he's trying to break 100%. Into this industry? He's not going to be able to take business from me, for the first 6 months. You're just kind of looked at. You're doing something unique and different that other people in your industry aren't doing.
And now they're scared. Now they're scared
because they're seeing
looking
it
behind
work.
their back. They're looking behind their back.
Maybe I should start doing videos.
Maybe I should hire a video guy. Maybe I should. But the funny thing is, and Andy Frisella talked about this before, and he's like, and I'm a big podcast and an avid reader.
Absolutely.
I'm all about self-education. I got my degree, but I don't really believe in the degree as much as I believe in, going and learning and things that you want to do. 100%.
Yeah.
But I kind of lost my train of thought there, actually. To be honest.
No, well, what we were talking about is just kind of breaking into the industry, doing things that are unique and doing things that are different, right?
Yep.
And not just sitting at your desk waiting for a referral to come through.
And also now I got my train of thought again. What Andy says he goes, don't be scared. If everyone's trying to look at what everyone else is doing and copy them. But he was like, dude, what you're seeing now is a year in the making. What you guys are seeing right now, the deals that are rolling in, the recognition is from a year and a half ago from me hustling.
From all the work that was done, not
now,
what I'm doing
100%.
today.
Now what I'm doing today is going to set me up for another year. So by people trying to copy what I'm doing now, they're always going to be a year behind.
Yep.
Because we're always pushing the envelope. We're always moving forward. So kind of like you guys have a video guy. I got a video guy where he's helping me now scale that area. And
so why do you have a video guy? What's the purpose of somebody in the mortgage industry? How are you leveraging that or utilizing that to your advantage in order to get business?
It's huge. It's so big, and it's worth the investment. It's worth the money that I put into him because of what he's bringing back to me, the value, the time. So before getting into first starting, I didn't have the money to hire a video guy.
Yeah.
I had the money to put food on my table,
Right.
But I was doing all the video stuff myself. There's only 24 hours in the day. We can work 20 of those hours if we want, but even then there's only 24 hours in the day. And so he's helping me do things that I couldn't do myself. Or maybe I'm going deeper in now. And so doing all the content for myself, creating all the videos for myself, creating videos for agents. So that's one thing that I did was I was going to real estate agents and say, look, you pay $300 a video, I'll come do it for free.
Dude, it's amazing how much I see people putting online, I need a video guy.
Yeah.
They're not, but they won't just go out and get one. They just, they're hoping one will they're hard to get right now.
They're hard to get.
You got to be able to, go down to the college and interview them. You've got to, be willing to have them come in and
you got to be willing to go buy a camera yourself and actually hit freaking play
and actually
do it yourself.
Hire them and give them consistent work and not just like, hey, a one and done type deal, right?
And that's what's very challenging for me when I was doing all the videos myself, and I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what I needed to do to make a video look this way. When you hire someone, now it's a whole different role you're taking on. Now I got to direct him and trying to keep work in front of him.
Well, you gotta sell your dream or your vision now to somebody externally, a videographer, because you want them moving with you and being aligned with you, right? And so in some cases, you know, when you hire a videographer, the idea is to make sure that they're on the same wavelength as you, right? Everybody, and there could be a little bit of tug of war with that to start, right? Maybe their vision's a little bit different than your vision, and it takes a little bit of, elbow grease to maybe get on the same page sometimes. I know that, you've had that, and you've got to make sure that they're buying into the long-term goal as well, because in the beginning you're not able to pay them a large wage, right?
Yep.
They have to be willing to sacrifice as well and grow with you and see the opportunity for growth and believe in what you've got going and the process and systems that you put in place.
Yep.
And now that some of this stuff is working and you have a videographer, are you on the same page as your videographer? Are you guys, your synergies there? You guys are working well together, dude, and you're loving it, or what?
I'm so impressed with him, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed because,
That's
when he came in, it was a brand new role. Like I've never managed people before, and I didn't have it built out. Kind of like your guys' situation where you're like, hey, I'm creating a new role where there's no systems in place.
Yeah.
So now I got to create all the systems while managing them while doing everything else that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so, but it's totally worth it, man. Now he's rolling, dude.
Yeah.
Like I got a Cowley link that the agents just go on there, schedule time. Ethan just goes, he knocks it out, dude. I don't have to worry about it.
That's awesome.
Knocks it out. He's out. He has 4 shoots yesterday, 4 or 5 shoots that he did yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't see him all day.
Nice.
He's rolling, dude. He's building. He's helping me build my business, but we're building into each other. I'm taking care of him. He's taking care of me, but we're taking care of my partners at the same time. And so having him on has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. And I'm not stopping with him.
Yeah.
I'm bringing in. I might have just brought someone in that's going to now help me with the direct response side, the Facebook ads, the Google ads, all that other fun stuff, and that they're going to be in-house with me working a couple hours a day because I'm doing that stuff now. Again, like what I was telling you guys before. Everyone looks at what we're doing now, but they don't realize what we're setting up for the next year, and that's who I'm bringing in because that's the other side of the business that is huge. And the only reason I was able to get into this side of the business now, we're doing the Facebook ads and the Google ads and drumming up business for myself and my partners, is because my video guy was able to take off some of that off my plate, and we're building a team, dude. We're building a real business and a real team.
Well, one thing I really like, dude, and we didn't touch on it, is, I mean, you touched on it a little bit. You're like, I didn't know if I could afford to bring on a video guy. Like that, for all these guys listening, like one of the biggest reasons that we have Alex in here today is because this guy, you know, he was coming into our office saying, hey, can I clean your office for extra money? What else were you doing? You delivering pizzas.
Dude. I was delivering Domino's last year.
Delivering pizzas.
So you had 3 jobs going at one time, right? You were cleaning offices, you were delivering pizzas, and that was giving you the money that you needed to survive while you were building a book of business and creating systems and processes so that you can get to the point where you're at today and then continue to level up from there. So, you know, tell us a little bit about the you know, swallowing the pride and the ego check that it takes in order to make those type of sacrifices. I mean, it can't be easy and it's not fun to do, right?
No, it's not. And what I'll tell you guys too, I did all that and putting my wife through school.
Yeah.
So my wife just graduated this last April. Dude, she's rolling, dude. She's killing it. So she's a dental hygienist. 2 years. It's a full-time job with the program. And she couldn't work. Yeah. And so it's funny. She got into the program. Her first semester is right when I decided to come make the jump to a full commission job. So talk about the cojones you got to have to be like, I bet on us. And that was a conversation I had to have with her. And I was like, look, you're starting school. You can't work anymore. We got bills we got to pay. Yeah. I'm the man of the house, right? I got to take care of you. I got to put you through school. I got to take care of me. I was still finishing school myself. But instead of saying, oh, we'll just wait till you're done with school and then I'll go chase my dream or then I'll go jump into this new thing, I said, no, let's go. I'm ready.
Most average people do.
Most people will, exactly.
Right, exactly.
But making that decision, the thing is when you have that ambition to go and do something great, you can't complain about what it takes to go do that thing, right? And so if I looked at my wife and said, look, I got us, then I got to have us. And I can't complain about it. I can't come home every day and drag my feet and be like, oh my gosh, today was so bad. This is terrible. No, you got to suck it up, dude. Yeah. No, I'm the one that put us in this position. And so it's my job to get us out of it and get us through it. And so what I had to do in the meantime was I was making enough money from the beginning to pay the bills. I was like right there on that line, but that's about it.
To the max.
I was to the max.
Right. If you didn't close a deal here or there, it could have been
it could have gone
squeaking by barely.
I was squeaking by even closing deals, man. It was right there. But I knew where I wanted to be. I knew what I had to do. So I was like, okay, how can I make some more money? What can I do? So cleaning the building. I'm like, dude, I'll come clean buildings. I don't care. Yeah. I'm down. Let's go.
You were just cleaning our building. You had a few buildings.
I had a couple buildings, dude. Yeah. And so I was probably doing 5 hours a week for cleaning buildings, dude. Yeah. So that's on top of, you know, working, trying to hustle loans and hustling agents and moving in that direction. But then also on top of that, still finishing school. I had 1 semester to finish. So I was finishing that semester, cleaning buildings. And then right when I finished school, I jumped in and started doing Domino's, dude. Yeah. And that's an interesting experience because that was the first time. I just graduated. I got my bachelor's degree. Yeah. I'm like, not that I don't put a lot of weight into that, to be honest, but still looking around, I'm working with these high school kids. Yeah. Right? High school kids that are like, I just want some gas money so I could take my honeys out on a date, you know what I mean, to Menchie's or something. and I'm over here like, dang, dude, like I just had a 10-hour day. Like now I got to deliver pizzas till midnight. Yeah. Putting that ego aside, dude, was the only way I could get around it. Because most people, I mean, again, looking at the circumstances, I'm like, dude, I just got done with school. I just paid $30,000 for my degree. I'm a mortgage lender. That's where I'm going. So putting all that aside and getting through it, so that way I could make the tips and from delivering pizzas, so that I could put into Facebook ads to try to convert some business. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. It's really not. It's just
you're living
what do you want to do?
And you're like, I need to make enough money to put into my business, my ads, my videographer, you know, all those things, right? Yep. And so I think, dude, I commend you for that. That's a lot of people won't do it, man. A lot of people just kind of wait for the opportunity to come, and that doesn't happen. You got to create it, and that's exactly what you did. Is you went and created it. So,
yeah, 100%, dude. And the thing is it makes it easier when you look at other people that are not willing to do it, and you're like, that fires me up, dude. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, I'm willing to go farther than you. Let's go. I think Will Smith had a really good quote, and he talked about like how he's willing to die on a treadmill or something. Yeah, you might have heard of that.
You'll get off before he gets off.
Because he's willing to die on it, and that's the same thing. And people were like, okay, that might be a little extreme, Alex. You're just talking about mortgages, bro. Like, but it's not just about mortgages, dude. This is just mortgages is my vehicle. Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit before, and it might be a good segue, but I don't look at myself as like I'm just a mortgage lender, you know? Dude, I'm a marketer first. I'm a businessman first. comma, mortgage lender. Mortgage lending is just the vehicle that I've decided to take because there's no ceiling on it.
Right.
And I can maximize this opportunity. I can out hustle. I get all the same qualities, right? Of being self-employed, being by myself. No one tells me what to do. No one, you know what I mean? So
you're creating your own systems and processes
100%.
and building your own book of business. That's really what it is.
Absolutely. No one's done it for me. And so that little switch is such a small mindset switch. But once you can get to that level, dude, the sky's the limit. Because the thing is it's not going to happen overnight. So you're like, okay, cool. As long as I can outlast the other guy, and I can out hustle him, dude. It's just a matter of time. Dude.
Exactly.
The dominoes are gonna fall, and then you're gonna be untouchable.
So just to give you guys the snapshot on what Alex does differently, most guys in the mortgage industry, again, they go out and network and shake hands and try to get referrals and things like that. Mm-hmm. What he's doing is he's taking control of the situation, trying to provide value to real estate agents and creating value by setting up Facebook ads, getting leads, giving these leads of individuals looking to buy a house to real estate agents, and he's feeding these agents with leads. Okay, so he could have been a typical mortgage guy sitting in the back corner of his office complaining and bitching that he doesn't have enough leads coming in, that he needs to go do something else or change careers, or he could be in his back office figuring out a way to add value within inside of the industry that ultimately feeds the mortgage industry, which is through real estate agents, right?
Yep. 100%.
And so he's going out there getting second and third jobs so that he has extra money to play around with to try to figure out a system where he can create leads, which ultimately come full circle and come back to you. And then any other lead that those agents now have, because you're feeding them, they want to feed you. So it's you had to give.
Yep.
And then now all of a sudden, the trickle effect of what you've done and what you've built over the last year and a half is finally starting to show face.
Yep.
Would that be accurate?
100%.
Okay.
So and we talked a little bit before we started this. I kind of flipped everything on its head. And now we're starting to see a growing trend of this.
Of mortgage industries trying to be marketing guys for real estate
100%.
agents?
We're starting to see more of it. But it's like I kind of hit it before most people were kind of doing it. But yeah, you know what's so crazy, guys?
You became that guy.
Yeah.
That, like you're like, hey, because they see you on your videos. At first they're taking you serious. Then they're like, man, this guy's being consistent, right? And then they're like, I need to get a video. And then they're like, Alex, who's your video guy? Now you're like, use my video guy. And so like you're building a lot of relationships by utilizing those tools. That's pretty cool.
Well, and two, like using domino money to go again. So it's clear, I wasn't going and doing dominoes to pay for a fat whip or buy clothes or take my girl to Hawaii or Vegas. I'm not doing it. Was strictly business. And the only way I got through it was because I was like, every time I would take a pizza up to the door and I was hustling them and I was figuring out ways to try to get more tips out of people, I would take that $5 they gave me. I'm like, this is one day's worth of ad spend. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought. Everything was for acquiring customers. How do I grow my business?
You're not looking at a dollar as a dollar. You're looking at it as a dollar to put into something else that can then turn into $2.
100%.
Right? Then that $2 can turn into $4, and then so on and so on.
So I'm investing my time where I don't have the money yet. So what do we have? We have our time. And Gary Vee says it, right? He goes, so many people are fancy with their time. They're like, oh, I'm too good for that. I'm not too good for that. I can tell you that. I'm not too good for anything. I'm going to do anything. Because the thing is, I know most people are too good for it, and they think they're too good for it. And I'm like, dude, I'll beat you guys. I might not beat you in a 6-month period, but over a 5, 6, 7 year period, dude, it's going to be so different.
It is.
In Good to Great, he talked about, it was actually Slide Edge. It was one of the first business books and self-development books that I read probably about 6 years ago. And he said, if you take from LA, you take a nose of the plane, you go 1 degree left to right, it's like literally.
By the time you fly over hundreds of miles,
it's like hundreds of miles apart. It's like 1 degree to the left takes you to Canada, 1 degree to the right takes you to Florida, right? Hundreds of degrees. And that's what people don't realize. It's a game of inches, and every day, and it's easy to be like, today doesn't matter. And you're probably right. Maybe one day doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But maybe it matters more than we think. And the thing is if you stack on a bunch of good days, and next thing you know, you spend a couple good years, dude, you're going to be so far ahead everybody else. It's insane. But now what I'm doing, my strategy, I'm completely open. I'm completely transparent.
Yeah.
I'm going to agents now, and they're paying for all my ads, dude.
Yeah.
Talk about that. So
So you originally had to pay for the ads, and then they see the leads coming in. They're like, "Can I give you money to run ads for me?"
100%. So check this out. This is what normal conversations are like. Well, say you guys are agents. I come to you, hey guys, let me take you to lunch, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I try to hustle you. I'm like, look, I'll give you guys $1,000 a month for Zillow leads. Yeah. The leads are going to come in. We're going to split them. I'm going to pay for them. You guys are like, cool, I don't got to pay for them. I'm good. Let's do this, right? Where all you guys split half of it, whatever RESPA laws are. Don't get me in trouble. What I did was like, okay, hey, let me come in. I'm going to create a whole new arm of your business. I know you got other lenders. That's cool. I'm not here to replace them. Well, actually, we'll let them keep doing what they're doing, but let me do something completely different for you that they're not doing. A whole new avenue. They're like, okay, I got nothing to lose. Great. This is what I'm going to do for you. We're going to run Facebook ads. We're going to do Google ads. You're going to pay for the ad spend, but I'm going to take care of everything else. I'm going to build the whole arm out for you. All the leads are going to come in. They're not getting hits at 3 or 4 different agents. It's only coming to you. They're expecting to be reached out to. They're like, okay, that sounds pretty good. So they start giving me some money. I start drumming up business. I end up with the lead anyways. They're building my CRM. They're building my database.
Yeah.
But I'm building theirs at the same time.
You're building the marketing arm of their business, and you were talking about prior to us being, on the podcast, you're building kind of the follow-up system for them as well, right? You're trying to create an automation process, because sometimes in the real estate game or mortgage game, it's not a, one and done. You don't call somebody and close a deal immediately over the phone, right? You've got to build relationships. You've got to stay in front of them. If they don't see your name constantly, it can that business could easily be taken in 6 months or a year, right?
100%.
You're out of sight, out of mind, right?
100%.
So what are some of the systems and processes that you're creating for agents that ultimately benefit you?
Well, what they're doing is they're making me an admin on their Facebook pages. Dude, I see everything.
Oh,
dude,
geez.
I'm in there. When I talk about straight up business partner, it's not just like, hey, here's $1,000 and we'll just run ads, whatever. No, I'm integrated. I'm getting so deep on their Facebook pages, on their CRMs. I'm so in there that it's so hard for them to be like, dude, Alex,
it's not working out, man.
Working out, dude.
I'm going to go a different direction.
Yeah,
You're like,
they can't. They can't. And not that I would ever
become dependent on you.
100%. And not that I've had to do a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
No, trust me, because we only want to work with people that value what we do and that are willing to reciprocate. But by bringing so much value in, dude, you guys can't touch me, dude. They just can't. And I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with anybody. Toe-to-toe. Yeah. They might have more experience in the mortgage industry. They might have been around long. They might have more money than me. But right now...
But they're not adding more value.
No, they're not.
To an agent.
100%.
That's the problem.
They're just not.
They're expecting, based upon that old relationship that they've had with the agent, that they're going to continue to get business.
Yeah.
But how long does a quarterback that's played for a team for 15 years stay as a starter when they start throwing interceptions or they start falling off a little bit?
Yeah.
Right? Then, we got to move on to the next one,
man.
right?
It's business. And so it's who's driving business, who's building their business. And that's what I'm doing, man. And that's why I say, look, I'm not a mortgage guy. I'm a marketer, man. I'm a marketer first. And again, going into what I'm going to be doing post my mortgage career, we got a lot of plans. I mean, we're not going to stop here, but it's so good, and
have you ever thought about eventually, are you planning on staying in mortgage for a long time? Or are you going to, what if this ends up taking off and you end up, figuring out the marketing side so well that you just end up being a lead generator for real estate agents?
Yeah. And so I'm pretty much building an agency inside of where I work now.
Right.
I'm building an agency inside a marketing agency, but I'm building a team that my mortgage commissions are subsidizing. It's paying for this team to be built.
Yeah.
I'm making less money.
Yeah, of course.
For now. But what's going to happen is eventually I have a team of 4 or 5 people that have different skill sets: a video guy, my editor, my traffic guy, my content manager, or yada, yada, yada. Then I'm going to go get them their own business. And then what's going to happen? Now they're going to have their own business. They're going to 100% subsidize all of my marketing efforts on my mortgage side. That means all profit, right?
That's good.
And so now
you're not bleeding money to build a team anymore.
I'm not, exactly.
Right.
And then then it's going to flip. And then what I'm going to do is then we're going to go get more business. So now I'm building a business inside of my other business. And then eventually they're going to be separate. And then we're going to keep going that way. Because I'm a business guy first.
Right.
And if you want to be up with the big dogs, you got to be a business guy. You got to have the mindset, and you got to kind of be able to see into the future and be like, this is where we're going to go, and I'm going to drive us there. But who do I need to help me get there? I can't do it by myself.
Every industry eventually needs a shakeup, right?
100%.
So what you're doing in the mortgage industry is you're shaking up the industry by bringing value that it's never really seen before. Mortgage guys were supposed to just do deals, go golfing, and go to lunch with real estate agents. It's not, you can have the mentality, it's not my job to provide leads to a real estate agent. You could look at it like that, or you could say, how can I be different? The difference is Alex is coming in a new generation. He's a little bit younger. He's got a better vibe and feel for the marketing side of things, for Facebook side of things. And these 40 to 60-year-old mortgage guys that are sitting back in the office don't know anything about that. And so you're creating, at first it was, what's this guy think he's doing? Coming into our industry, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to be ran out of the industry within 6 months or a year. He's just another new face trying to break into the game. And now you're going to basically put fear in their hearts, knowing that there's a new way of doing things and they just don't know how to do it.
It's too expensive for them to do it, and it takes too long for them to learn it.
And that's the issue, is there's a learning curve, right? Like, how long did it really take you and how much money did you spend in order to figure out what you figured out? That's the real question. How long did it take you, and how much money did you spend on ads just kind of messing around before you started figuring out maybe a system or process that works?
Dude, years.
Yeah.
Before I even came into the mortgage industry, you guys, before coming in the mortgage industry, I already had experience with businesses and stuff. I've started businesses, they failed. I've started businesses.
What was that one? Like a book business?
Yeah, so I had a book business called Bookie Books.
Yeah.
And it was an online library where we sent hard copy business, self-development, entrepreneurship books to our client stores. So it was a monthly membership. It was $14.99 a month. We had thousands of books, guys. Yeah. And what they do is you create a read list. And so say, 10X rule, Gary V. You have 5 books that you pick from. We send the first book right to your door. In a box, you read it, keep it as long as you want, a week, a day, a year. Obviously, it would be conducive for you to just read through it real quick. Send it back, we send you your next one. It's all included in your membership. So I bootstrapped that myself. I spent about 15 to 17 grand on that business by myself, my own money. And again, follow the breadcrumbs, right? I was a personal trainer. I was like, I need to make more money so I can start this business. I went and sold cars. Guys, you just have to be willing to do whatever it takes to go make your dream happen.
Right.
Guys, I'm only 24 years old, and look at all the things that we've done. And the thing is if it is not contributing to my skill set, I'm not going to do it. So everything that I've done has been strategy. I didn't fall into anything. Yeah. I don't just let life just take me and just, you're going to go this way today,
go
Alex.
with emotions,
no,
right?
you guide where you want to go, and you're going to get there. But it takes longer than we think. Yeah. Never as long as we fear, but longer than we think, right? Yeah. And so I went and sold cars for a year. I hated it. I hated selling cars. I was on the lot for 12 hours a day in the summer, 110 degrees out here in St. George. It was terrible, dude. And but from starting that, I started in December of 2015. I had the business launched in October of 2016. Built the website out. You know what I mean? We acquired all these books. Dude, I had books in my house that stacked to the ceiling, dude. Essentially, I dissolved that business. Well, then I'll tell you what I did then. Then I quit selling cars because it was too taxing and time consuming, and I needed something that was going to help me get through school, get my wife through school, right? Because there was still a level of practicality.
Right.
Went to a bank because I was like, dude, 9 to 5, that's easy. I can work on my business while I'm there. I can knock out what I'm doing, whatever, yada, yada, yada. I ended up dissolving the business because I just was losing too much money, and I couldn't acquire customers cheap enough to keep them, right, to make it worth it.
To build up the residuals, right?
100%.
I mean, any industry or business that has a residual concept,
it's hard.
It takes a long time. We have an accounting firm, right, where we bill monthly, right? And so we understand that that's like a 3 to 5 year build, right? And sometimes you can't bleed money for 3 to 5 years, and that's just what it is. But the cool thing about it is I wouldn't even call that a failure. No. It's just that was learning. I guarantee you became a better human, a better business guy, a better thinker because of that experience, right? Just like you spent money going to college and getting a degree, Bookie Books was a degree in business, right?
I learned more in that 1-2 year period than I did my 4 years of college. Yeah, straight up.
Guaranteed.
Because it's real world, dude. Real world stuff. No one teaches you how to go negotiate with real life people. They don't teach you that stuff, man.
Nothing. No.
They don't teach you that. You need to be up till 2 a.m. some days to get your shit done. Like, they don't teach you that stuff. You can't take a course on entrepreneurship. You can't do that, dude. And not that I think that you're born with it, but you have to be able to flip the switch and just be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. And it's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that.
It really is. There's 100%. No rocket science.
Some people look at people, but at the end of the day, if they're super well, they're still just a human being. The difference is they made different choices and did something different. Yep. On our podcast, a couple episodes ago, we were talking about, just being willing to do what the other people. If people normally just do 9 to 5, then you do a 9 to 5, and then go to work somewhere from 6 to 12, delivering pizzas or whatever needs to be done, right? Yep. And so, if you guys have goals and dreams or things that you want to do with inside your life and the path that you're on is just not getting you there, it's just because you're not doing enough. Continue to maybe do what you're doing, but add pieces to it, right? Just do more. If you want more, you got to do more. Weird concept.
And everything that you do needs to make sense. Like, again, I didn't fall into anything by accident, man. Like, I was a personal trainer. I went to go sell cars because I had a purpose. Then I went to the bank because I was like, cool. While I am stuck there from 9 to 5, paying my bills, because I have to do that, because there's a level of practicality in every situation, I need to be able to acquire some skills that I can keep sharpening my axe. Okay, great. I can learn stuff at the bank. I can learn how to do loans. I can learn how to manage money. Right? So surround yourself around areas. Dominoes. Dude, I was like, cool. I can listen to podcasts while I'm delivering pizza and making money, dude. I'm still finding aspects to get me through it. Everything that I'm doing is so I can keep sharpening my axe, even though it's not what I'm going to do forever.
Dude. So you found a way to make that time valuable to you, not just in a money sense, right?
100%.
I would say that you're a good example of basically years of listening to self-development or self-help or motivational type entrepreneurs, reading the books, inputting good shit into the head. And then all of a sudden the way that you think and the way that you act starts changing, right? And so usually it doesn't happen in the first 6 months or 12 months. It takes time absorbing a lot of this information. And I think that's why it's important to, only follow people that can bring you value, whether it's on social media. Only surround yourself with people that can bring value to you, as well as listening to podcasts that are challenging the way that you think or helping you think different. Yeah. And it's been awesome to watch you just in the last 2 years, trying to figure out this game or this industry that you were going into. To now a couple years later, it feels like that you've got some good traction. So talk a little bit about maybe having that vision and seeing it through, because I guarantee you've had some dark times, some second guessing. Am I doing the right thing? Am I and that's just part of the process. Yeah. But you have to trust the process and continue day after day to show up. So I mean, did you have any of those conversations with your wife, or did you have some of those self-talks where you're just sitting in an office and it's getting late and you're like, shit, man, is this ever going to finally just, flip and be able to pay me?
Yep. And I have those even now. I mean, it's still, I have days where I'm so frustrated, man. Just because, I'm running 10 applications and all of them have bad credit. I'm like, dude, what the heck? What's going on? Decline. Though, But the thing is if as long as you love yourself and you're willing to bet on yourself, that's the best investment you can make, dude. And so I never doubt the process. I get frustrated with the process because it doesn't happen as fast as I want it, but I just understand it, dude. You got to respect the game, man. I have so much love for the game where I respect it. If you have the audacity to do anything amazing, you gotta be willing to ride it out, dude.
And know that if it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna take time. Nothing
easy.
Great.
Yes, exactly.
Will
it's not
happen.
Worth it.
Yeah.
If everyone can do it, it wouldn't be so amazing, right?
Exactly.
It's so absolutely, guys. And I'm not immune to that, but I also. Again, I listen to so many things. I listen to so many podcasts. I listen to so many books. And dude, I have days where I'm like, dude, I just got to go to the gym, man. I just need to turn my phone off. I need to go to the gym and just pump it out. I need to just kind of be in my own zone. And
get the frustration.
So I got to recharge, man. And everyone has to recharge. Yeah. And so it's important for us finding what avenues that we can recharge with, whether that's spending time with your family, reading books, listening to podcasts, going to work out, whatever it is. Find that avenue and exploit that. And so that way, because we're going to have days. We do. Dude, and I have situations that I just want to just jump out of a window, right? It just happens. You're just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. But if you bet on yourself, that's the best investment you can make. And if you just keep driving, dude, if you just don't stop, that's the thing.
What I like about talking with you today is, you're a force, dude. Like, you've already talked about some of the deals that you've been closing, big, huge deals that are coming down the pipe as well. And you have a limitless mindset, right? So you're not looking at like a lot of these guys in the industry that have been doing it 40, 50 years, like the guys we're talking about shaking hands, going out golfing. They're happy making a couple $100,000 a year. You're like, no, dude, I want tens of millions of dollars. So you have a limitless mindset, but what you do is you don't allow other people to put limitations on you, because trying to break into the industry, these guys are telling you, oh, dude, you're not going to last. You're not going to make it. These videos are dumb. They're not going to work, right? That works on a lot of people, but it doesn't work on you. So that's what I'm getting out of this as I'm sitting here listening to you talk, is like, you have a limitless mindset and you don't allow other people to put limitations on you. And if they try, you don't believe it. You just keep going, man. You're on your path.
Yeah.
And so that's huge, dude. Like, that's one thing I've been getting out of this as I've been talking with you, is like, dude, you're a force, bro.
Yeah, I believe having a vision and trusting the process and being willing to eat shit, be willing to deliver pizzas, be willing to clean offices, be willing to do whatever it takes for a 3 to 5 year period so that you could do whatever the hell you want after that. I guarantee you, we bring you back in 2 or 3 years, you're going to be running the mortgage game, right? And even maybe the marketing game for the mortgage industry. Then you can go start knocking on a bunch of doors and saying, hey, I've got something that you guys need, because it's basically, it's a dying breed. The old school way of doing things, they're basically like the phone book, right? They're not bringing any value anymore. There's no reason for a phone book anymore, right?
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is you're bringing the modern day way of doing things into an old industry, and you're shaking it up.
Yeah.
Guys, you can't look at what you do through the lens of just what you do.
Yeah.
You've got to figure out a way to bring value to others that's unique and different, right? That's some of the things that we try to do with Easier Accounting, is like, how could we be different? Like, what makes us different? Our onboarding process, what can we do to create an experience, right? And so the only thing that you have to do is just add something unique, add something different, and you'll stand out. But you've got to do it over a consistent period of time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, before you're going to start seeing the full effect of it.
And just not be afraid to put yourself out there, man.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are afraid to put themselves on camera, and Alex has been doing that for like
No shit.
2 years now, and if he goes back and looks at his first videos, I mean, maybe they were pretty squirrely, right? But they've gotten better and better and better, and now, you know what I mean? And like,
you laugh at it. You
maybe they were squirrely.
I've always
Guaranteed.
thought that about
Our first videos were squirrely. I mean,
But
that's
you
just the
appreciate
process.
it, man. It's just like working out.
Makes
dude.
it fun.
When you first start working out, you don't really realize the changes you've made until you really look back and be like, wow, dude, I've come a long way, dude. Like, this is insane, But the other thing too is, like, I'll tell you guys a funny story. When I first started, and I was just breaking into the industry, and the agent goes, dude, what's the ROI of doing those videos? What's the ROI?
0 right now. Immediately? Are you talking about an immediate result?
Well, how do I quantify what?
5-year result. I don't know. I haven't been doing it 5 years.
100%.
But you'll see.
Yeah, you'll see.
I believe in it, right?
And then what I
that's
did,
why you do it.
And I got a client that DM'd me one time. And again, keep in mind, guys, like, this is on Instagram. This is about a year.
DM?
Yeah, this is about a year into it, right? And this girl goes, hey, I really appreciate the videos that you do. Keep in mind, she has not liked one video. I don't know who this person is. She doesn't share them. Ghost, right? Completely ghost follower, right? But she's consuming the content. She goes, what's the difference between using you or the lender that my agent recommended me? And I was like, dude, I got a shot, dude. Are you serious? Well, now we're closing on their loan this week.
nice.
Like, she picked me. You know what I mean? In the old way,
You're more visible to her than somebody else. I would rather do business with somebody that I see on a day-to-day basis and that I'm watching. Even, again, she might not need a mortgage for another 10 years, but as long as she's continuing to consume your content for the next 10 years, she's not going to go to anybody else, and anybody that she knows that even asks about a mortgage is also going to get referred to you.
and the warmest lead is always going to be a referral. That's the best kind of lead that's going to come.
Absolutely.
It's the cheapest lead.
Yeah.
They already have affinity for you. Typically, the person that's sending them over to you already kind of talked you up, right? That's typically a slam dunk.
Lay down.
But for this client to go, against what her own realtor, which is a family member, said and recommended, She didn't even give the other guy a second chance, dude. Yeah. She didn't even like contact the guy. She's like, no, I'm going with this dude.
It's cool to start seeing some of that stuff come full circle.
Dude,
but crazy. The problem is it doesn't happen.
No.
Right? Like in the first 6 months or 12 months. So you kind of, again, second guess some things. You're like, is it working? Yeah. And then you start seeing those little teeny DMs or messages. You're like, oh shit, it's working.
Yeah.
Right?
So
they see me.
When someone asks, like, yo, how long are you willing to do it for? Dude, however long it takes, dude. I don't give a damn. However, if it takes 10 years, it's going to take 10 years. I got nothing better to do. Like, let's go. Like,
but
you know
10 years is going to come and go whether you like it or not. You might as well be doing the things that need to be done over that 10 years so that in 10 years, you're not wondering how the hell to get on top of the industry. You're already on top of the industry.
You're going to go through that grind anyways. Go through it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Just get it done. Go through it, man. Full steam ahead. Let's roll.
I guarantee if people literally just put their head down for 3 years, I said that recently, put your head down for 3 to 5 years, don't even come up for a breath, and just focus on the task at hand, right? So you're a couple years into the industry, you continue to do what you're doing for the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, it's going to be scary.
We're going to take it all, dude. We're going to take it, but we're not going to leave any crumbs for anybody. Like, we want it all. Like, there's no reason why we can't go
You
get
start
it
with the crumbs, and you appreciate the crumbs, and then you get to the slice, and then you want to take the whole loaf.
I want the whole pie,
And then I want the bakery. I want it all. I want to own the flour company that then sells to the bakery, so it only goes to my bakery, right? And so, guys, Alex is just a huge, huge example of exactly what building a book of business is, exactly what entrepreneurship is all about. Being willing to, not worry about what naysayers are doing or saying about you behind your back as you're trying to build and do something different in an industry that's never seen what he's doing. So always look for that unique angle of how you could provide value to the industry that you're in or even affiliated with that could ultimately refer you business. If you own a landscape company, you better be best friends with anybody that mows lawns. So if they have a client that wants to re-landscape their house, that lawnmower guy that gets asked, hey, do you do landscaping? No, but my buddy Alex does. Or if I mow lawns and just do the maintenance side of things, I want to get to know every landscape company in my city, take the owners out to lunch, go golf, do whatever I need to do. Because once they're done landscaping, a business or a homeowner is going to ask, hey, do you also do maintenance? No, I don't, but my buddy over here does, right? So don't just look within sight of your industry on what you can do to be unique. Try to be unique to any industry that is affiliated with your industry so that you can start getting those referrals and build that book of business, so to speak, right?
Yeah, dude. And just be a linchpin, man. I mean, whether you guys are employees and you have aspirations to be a business owner, whether you're a business owner and maybe you're struggling, you're trying to get going, dude, if you can just bring so much value every day, no matter where you're at, you're going to get taken care of.
If you're a shitty employee, you're going to be a shitty business owner.
100%.
I'm a firm believer in
100%.
that. I used to work for Kale, but I wasn't a shitty employee. I went above and beyond in every scenario that I possibly could, started taking on customer support phone calls, started managing people prior to even me being asked to do some of those things, right? And so I hear people talk, oh, my this, my that, my boss wants me to do this or that. They're just not willing to go the extra mile. What makes you really think that you'll ever be successful in business if you're not willing to go the extra mile? Because that's all business is going above and beyond and getting punched in the face day after day after day and coming back and doing it over and over and over. As we wrap this up, I want you guys to know where to find Alex because there could be potential other mortgage guys or somebody that's trying to...
nationwide lending, bro?
No, just here in Utah, man.
Well, but still, there could be people that are in the mortgage game that might have questions, right? That listen to this podcast and say, man, I'd like to pick, Alex's brain a little bit and figure out maybe some of his systems and processes that he's putting in place to add value to his industry and some of the industries that are closely affiliated with the industry. So how would somebody go about finding you if they wanted to pick your brain or ask you a few questions, or if they live in Utah and want to get a mortgage?
Yeah. So you guys, I'm an open book, man. I'm not scared to share what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So even if you're a mortgage lender here in Utah, I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because when you have so much confidence in what you bring to the table, you're not worried about a kind of copy.
There's always enough business to go around. We can't do accounting for every business on earth, right? You're not going to be able to do every mortgage on earth.
No.
Right?
Nor would I probably want to. But exactly. You guys can hit me up. AlexH.mortgage is my handle for IG. Go look at what I've done. You know, like I said, it speaks for itself. Yeah. I mean, I don't have thousands of followers. I don't have.
Where do they find you? On
Instagram, dude. Instagram's the best place. Facebook, it's
Alex what?
AlexH.mortgage. It's actually my website too. So instead of .com, it's .mortgage. But AlexH.mortgage. You guys can find me there. Look at the content that I produced. We're always trying to revamp it and change it, and we're trying to push the envelope. But I'm here to answer any questions too and just chat, dude. I'm always looking because, like I said, man, rising tide lifts all ships. If I can help other people become better, it's always just going to come full circle.
The universe can see it. Yeah. The universe can see that you're trying to help people, and it all comes full circle. So, you know, if you guys have questions, you know, for Alex, or maybe even you're in the mortgage industry and have some unique tips that you do where you guys can vibe with each other or whatever, go to AlexH.mortgage either on Instagram or just on Facebook or a website,
Mortgage.
AlexH.mortgage. Guys, if you've liked this episode, if you got value out of it, make sure that you like it, you subscribe to our podcast, or you share with a family, friend, anybody that you think would get value out of it. And as usual, we appreciate all you guys, and you know, we plan on continuing to add value wherever we can. And if you guys have any questions or concerns or, you know, recommendations on some different topics that we can do with inside of the podcast, hit us up at Real Business Owners on Instagram, slide into the DM and just let us know. We appreciate you.